right, guys, welcome back to the Wemaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do make sure to like, share, and definitely subscribe. And if you're a member of the channel, bless up to all you lovely people that continues to actually subscribe. As you saw by the title, Wafcon preview prediction we're going to be doing today. Obviously, we're going to actually talk a little on Morocco as well, but we're going to deep dive on the Nigeria Super Falcons. Who will come out on top based on your opinion, but I'm going to give you some analysis. Maybe it might sway your way to the other side, maybe not, but let we actually discuss. All right, yes. So let me get straight into it. We're going to break down where both of these teams are coming from and what they have done overall throughout the tournament itself, weaknesses and strengths, and how which one of the teams probably use those weaknesses into their positive side to get the actual advantage. We saw our brother Joseph Brown in the building already. Thanks very much, Joseph Brown, for passing through. Massive respect. So anyways, let me start it right here. Let me start giving you the breakdown as to what took place early on. All right, so Wafcon 2024, even though we're in year 2024 it is. You had these were the groups at the start, and what took place straight throughout. One second, let we pull it through. All right, so these were the groups coming through. You had in group A, Morocco, Zambia, Senegal, and DR Congo. Morocco came first, tied with the Zambia on points, but moved on goal difference. Just an extra goal difference right there. An extra goal made the separation. All right, so Senegal, Zambia, and Morocco went through group A. Then group B, you had Nigeria, Algeria, Botswana, and Tunisia. Nigeria and Algeria went on. Nigeria first, Algeria second on 5 points, Nigeria on 7 points. Botswana on 3, and Tunisia definitely dropped back on a point. That is definitely tough because they are always considered as a building team in Africa. So maybe their building process got set back right there. And then now you have Group C. Group C consists of South Africa, Ghana, Mali, and Tanzania. And you had 3 came from this group as well. South Africa first on 7 points. Ghana made it in second position, even though they were in last place. Going into the final day, which is incredible. All right, yes, and then Mali took the final qualification spot. Tanzania came last. We had expected that. All right, yes. Lamar Williams, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. So those were the ones that moved on to the next round. So you had Morocco versus Mali, ended 3-1. So Morocco moves on to the semi-finals. Then you had Algeria going in as the favorites in this game, especially the way they played Nigeria. And Nigeria was a team that never conceded anything and looked like they were the strongest one in the actual group. So Ghana, looking like one of the weaker teams coming through, actually won it on penalty 4-2. And to be honest, they were still competitive. Some would say that they were the better team in the actual game itself. All right, you guys, let me know what's your take on that. So they advanced to meet Morocco in the semifinals. Morocco and Ghana put in another stellar performance again to draw 1-1 in normal time against Morocco. And Morocco won it 4-2 on penalties. That's how Morocco got themselves to the actual finals. Then you have over the second bracket, you had Zambia versus Nigeria. Zambia versus Nigeria, everyone expected that to be the beatdown. No, not the beatdown, sorry. A very much competitive scoreline. Everyone expected a competitive scoreline. All right, and that never came because it was one-sided. It ended 5-0. 5-0. Yes, you heard it right. 5 goals to nil. Never expected that in a million year. All right, yes. So 5 goals to nil, and to be honest, if you watch the game, we did the game here live. I thought that it was deserved, in my opinion. It was deserved. Maybe I wouldn't say deserved. The 5 goals, Nigeria deserved to score their 5 goals. So maybe if 5-2 would have been more fair, because they had those chances, especially the chance that Chanda missed after Banda assisted her in front of the empty goal and she kicked her own leg. So it tells you that they could have scored, but Nigeria could have scored others as well that they never scored. So it might could have ended 7-2, yes, but the 5 goal separation was deserved. The 5 goal separation was actually deserved. All right, yes. So Nigeria moves on to the semi-finals. You had South Africa versus Senegal. South Africa came in as the favorites. The game finished 0-0, and South Africa advanced on penalties, 4 goals to 1, and it sets up another mouth-watering clash against Nigeria, which, you know, guys, it's always a tough one. When these two teams playing, always a tough one. The odd goal out. All right, so that game finished 2-1. 2-1. That game finishes 2-1, and it was a very, very hard watch, to be honest. Extremely hard watch. I'm going to put this up on the screen so you guys could see what I'm talking on. It was an extremely hard game to watch, to be honest. Yeah, because it was like a tactical battle to make sure Nigeria never really played. You know, I gave South Africa as much respect, you know, but I do believe that they came with a strategy that could be perceived as more anti-football than anything else, in my opinion. All right, yes, but in the second half, you have to give them respect. Once it passed the time of where they thought that they could have just let things loose, they did let it loose and really go after Nigeria. And for the last 15 minutes, or not the last 15 minutes, after 65, 15 minutes after 65, they were the actual better team, and maybe with better, like, if they stepped forward and with more conviction, they maybe could have actually gotten a goal or two against Nigeria, to be honest. Nigeria to clear a ball off the line. So if those things went any other way, they could have been on top. So I can't be here criticizing their attitude and their tactics that they deployed against Nigeria, because it actually worked. It frustrated Nigeria to the end wits. All right, yes. Let me make sure we stop the video here to make sure we tell this girl speedy recovery. Salgado went down with an injury. We saw that Nigeria's players went to her hospital. She's injured. She had a surgery. They still never told us exactly what happened to her. Obviously, maybe they're just keeping it secret or whatever the situation. It's her and her family to know what exactly happened, but she was injured, and it looked like it was a bad injury because everyone started to cry instant, and it looked like it was very bad because she had to go do surgery, and all the Nigerian players literally went there to support her. So big up to all the Nigerian players that actually went out there and supported her. Salgado, a very good player. She had a very good game as well. All right, she had a very good game as well. All right, so that game was exactly as what we expected. A very close game, just like the other two games South Africa and Nigeria played. All right. I'm going to get to the comment section. I'm just building up, setting up everything. All right. So we had Echegini got injured in this game, I think. I'm hoping that she's fully recovered. I don't know. Maybe that will influence how I set the lineup. All right. And Ayinde was tired and she came off, and Deborah came on. And obviously, Deborah acted like she scored the final goal. She never did. None of them touched the actual ball. She and Chikundu clashed, and the ball went in. So Alozi kicked, squared a ball from around 45 yards. and then Chukundo and Deborah clashed together, and the ball went in past the goalkeeper and everything on the final moment. So it was all scenes for Nigeria to reach to the finals, and what a fitting way for the goal to actually score. All right, yes, it's ridiculous. Let me take a few of the comments. Lamar says, "Blessings, JD. JD, what would the Reggae Girls rank amongst these teams? I wouldn't know in Lamar, and we are doing two other teams than Jamaica teams. So if you're not going to talk about these teams, boy, Lamar, come on, man, come on, man. I'm over here for a reason, man." All right, Owen, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. What is anti-football? Anti-football simple means that you're trying to stop the fluidity of the game. That's the sole reason of anti-football. Stopping the fluidity of the game and trying to do it in patches. So not making the game flow as best as possible, especially for yourself. All right, and if you had watched South Africa, they were recycling the ball most of the times, even at the time when they had it in an advanced midfield third, when they had the advantage 4-2, and they're still trying to recycle the ball. So take the time off and don't want to go through the 3 thirds, stopping at the second third to go back to 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and sometimes even 1-3 back to 1. And that is the definition of anti-football, in my opinion. All right. Sadna, big up yourself. Sose, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. So that was, but it was a tactical game, Owen, because after 65 to the 88th minute, they actually put the pressure on Nigeria. And to be honest, they could have been the ones going up 2-1 on Nigeria. So it was a tactical battle, you know. Lamar, that's why I said some can perceive it different, and I'm okay if you look at it different. All right, but for me, I'm just saying it was kind of you know what, Lamar, we have to be fair. That means Jose Mourinho wasn't a anti-football type of coach. He was just a tactical coach. But back then, you guys wouldn't have said that. You're saying, "Oh, he's killing football. He doesn't want to play." You know, he doesn't want to play football. You know, that's what you guys would have said back then. But all of a sudden, no, you're saying that is not anti-football. All right, no problem. Then we have David in the house. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, guys. Remember to smash the like button as you come in, share and subscribe. We have set the scene on what took place for both teams to get here, or not both teams, but Nigeria. And I'm going to flip in Morocco when I'm talking about Nigeria's weaknesses, because we saw some weaknesses from Nigeria, you know, and I'm hoping that you guys have seen it as well, because I did pointed it out. All right, and I think a lot of you guys, because one thing I love about majority of the Nigerian fan base, aside from the ones that are over the top, comedic, because I've watched some streams, maybe some of the greatest streams I've watched. I understand why people always fight in Nigeria. Nigeria and Jamaicans are the same thing. They went on a trolling mission to the other teams. So the other teams carried the vengeance against them for the other year. But they never told me that. They said it's always people trouble in Nigeria and Nigeria only react. No. They are the troublemakers. They give so much trouble, and then the next year, the team can't wait to meet them again. So it's Nigerians are the troublemakers. So let me know in the comment section, guys, because I have several proofs, you know. Believe me, don't worry yourself. All right? Yes. So anyways, let me move on to what we saw in the game. Or the games, I would say, because I saw the same thing in 2 games, the Zambia game and the South Africa game. All right, so Nigeria started with a 4-3-3 system. All right, but kind of a say more of a 4-2 4-2-3-1 they want to play, but it always worked out in a 4-3-3 because Ajibade is naturally a wide player, right midfielder to a right winger, but she's the one that's playing in a creative midfield role. All right. Nigeria is not a nation and can never be any. Oh my God! So people already coming in fighting against Nigeria. All right, all right, all right, all right. You're just gonna wake up the Nigerian fans to fight with you for no reason. So anyway, so that little role that Ajibade playing, it is a advantage for Nigeria and also a disadvantage. Let me know if you guys saw it, because I saw the big deficiencies coming from it as well. So put it as they're playing a hybrid system. So Ainde stays deeper. Echegini plays a little bit advanced than her, and then Ajibade is the one that roams in the middle. All right, roams in the middle, advance front of them. Could have been classed as an attacking midfielder. All right, yes. And then you have the front three in front of them. So with that said, now when Ajibade keeps on, because she's roaming, she barely stays in the same position, and it exposes Alozie a lot of time to one-on-one situations. All right, so majority of the times you found people getting isolated moments against Alozie, and that's why I really called her out against Zambia, because she was up against Banda and she couldn't stop Banda at no point. At no point she stopped that Banda in the game. They had to double team and triple team that Banda because of Ajibade's weakness. But at the same time, Ajibade, because she's roaming and her delivery and her dribbling ability is so elite, they put her in that position. But I think that Ajibade should just play her normal position, which is a right wing or a right midfield, and they're using a 4-3-3 system. So I would say that they should maybe not run the risk, because it never really worked so good in the last game against South Africa. And it was Ajibade in that role made it be so easy for South Africa to break on that right-hand side, their left-hand side. You understand me? So maybe the coach thinks that he doesn't have the midfielders to add link to the forward players. So that's why he trusts Ajibade to play so deeper. And that's my problem right there. Think it's too much of a risk. I think he should just take off one of the wingers and put her in that role, because she's that talented. Her speed have not dropped off. A dribbling ability is very good, you know, and she linked the play very well. Maybe that's the sole reason why they're having her there. But her defensive qualities are not good enough for me, and I think that it, as much as she offers offensive qualities, which she can actually offer in front of her, she doesn't offer the defensive qualities, in my opinion, and it just isolates, it just exposes the back line over and over. All right, massive respect everyone coming in. Please do it, like button, share and subscribe. This is a short video, the preview that we're doing before the actual match. So tomorrow we are going to be up and running. All right, yeah man, so get the likes up on the video as you come in. All right, subscribe to the channel if you like what we do here. So all right, so with that said, that's where I think Morocco is going to aim for, because South Africa aimed for it because they saw it against Zambia, and it's something becoming very clear. All right, so majority of the attacks will come down the right-hand side of Nigeria, because if you're going to keep Ajibade there, she's going to always revert back to her natural ability, which is to go on the wide areas. All right, and surprisingly, majority of our goals, our creativity, came from the left-hand side. Majority of our creativity came from the left-hand side. So I don't know. I just believe that maybe they need to work on something there. But with Echegini had the injury situation, maybe Deborah will come back in, because I would have added Deborah in my system. I'm going to go through my lineup that I would have for the game. All right? Yes. So, and let me give credit to the two wingers, Chikundo and Falashade. They are two very good players. They have done well. I like them. They run the channel well. But I just believe that if I'm going to pick out of the three players, I think Ajibade is better than both of them. And I think I would always prefer her over one. And I would say Falashade, I would take her out and put Ajibade in. So here is my lineup. All right, here is my lineup, and let me know what say you as to the lineup. All right. Deles squared, thanks for being here. All right. Nadozi goes back in. She looked like she had some problems later on in the game, but I'm hoping that she's okay. She's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and she commands her backs well. She was in the Zambia game. She would be the lady of the match easily as well. She was one of the standout players. All right. O'Haley did give away the penalty. She looked unaware um, multiple times in this tournament. But would you say to drop her for Aladipo? Aladipo is too young to bring her in a game like this. So I would say that she made an error, 100%. But I don't think I still believe that Aladipo is more raw, and I would have reserved her. I wouldn't run out and start her in this game. If O'Haley looking like she's not up to speed, then I would say, okay, maybe it's a consideration for me to put in Oladipo in. But so far, I am going to start with O'Haley and Demihen back as the two starting centre backs. They are going to go back there for me. Plum 3 adds so much technical ability to Nigeria's team. I think she might be one of the first players on the team sheet, in my opinion. All right, she and the goalkeeper, two first, in my opinion, on the team sheet. So Plum 3 goes at left back, and Alosi gets back our position. Because at first I was blaming her, but I realized it's what is in front of her causing her more problems than what she is actually doing. Because if you have isolation with one of the best players in the world, majority of the times you're not going to win the battle. So what Banda did to her, it wasn't her fault. I think it's more of Ajibade's fault than her fault, in my opinion. All right, and the coach should be the one to fix that problem, and he has the solution on the bench. I just think he just believes that he wants to be more offensive orientated than actual solid throughout the 3/3. That's what I think he's going off. Listen to a few of his press conferences, and that's how he sounded to me. Like he just wants to be on the front foot majority of the time. So that's why he's trying to pack 4 forwards in the team, and it can be problematic for wide areas. So with that said, I think that I'm going to go with Alozi back in the team. Then now this is where the problem comes now, because we don't know what is up with Echegini. We know that Ainde was okay. All right, so Echegini we are going to take her out because she looked like she might carry that injury on. If you're rewatching this video, let me know if you have followed it up and she's okay. All right, so you have 2 replacements. I actually think that I am going to go with the 2 replacements at once. I am going to bring in Uchebi and Deborah at the same time. That's what I think. For the start, I would bring in Ochebi and Deborah at the same time. And if Echegini is okay, she makes the bench. All right. So Echegini and Pien would be the 2 ones them to add to the midfield. All right. So those are going to be the 2 replacements for midfield, in my opinion. So that means Ajibade coming out of my midfield. All right. Yes. And then I'm going to move Ajibade to right winger. All right, right wing, I'm going to put Rajibade. Esther commands her role. Esther has been one of the best players of the competition. Ashola comes in. She doesn't look as ready. She doesn't look as she's in form, in my opinion, as well. Chikundo remains and keep her left-hand side position. She can swap with Ajibade as well. Yes, so I have no problem with that. They can rotate wings, and Ajibade looks very good over the left-hand side. That's where she got majority of her assists that she had in the tournament. So she's going to add value both ways. So if it's not working for Chikundo over the left-hand side, she's going to come over the right-hand side, vice versa. Sorry, Fashade missed out, but it's based off the stability in midfield that I would want, because the stability also adds to to the defensive coverage as well, which is Alozi's side, which they are taking advantage of. So Uchebe adds that, and Deborah definitely adds that. Those are talented players. So my starting lineup would be, let me repeat it again, Nadozi in goal, Plum 3, Demihen, O'Haley, and Alozi at the back, right? Then in midfield, I have changed up a few things. All right, I have went for because Echigini might have an issue. I went for Uchebe, Deborah, in my team with Ayinde. Those are three midfielders, legitimate midfielders. All right. They said Echegini trained fully with the team. She's okay. All right. So if Echegini is in the team, I am going to, and she's fully fit, I am going to keep her in the starting lineup, but that makes it even easier. All right, so I'm going to go with Deborah over Uchebe. So because Deborah has the extra energy to stay as a defensive central and still offer what Ajibade would have offered to run forward. She is very good with her stamina level. So Deborah I would pick over Uchebe. So I will go with Ayinde, Echigini, and Deborah to make the middle there. Then we move Ajibade to right winger. Chukwundo as left winger, and Esther as the central striker. I think that would be a stable team that wouldn't be broken at any point in this team. In this game at all. I think it would have been a stable ship right through. The back line would have been stronger on the right hand side. The central midfield would have actually won more battles because they are traditional midfielders, and then Ajibade would be more comfortable in her right position, her right wing position, and she can create more freely. She doesn't have to drop deeper, and she can reserve her energy for much more forward actions. And she have been very much deadly, and now you have all three deadly players that can focus more on attacking. All right, so I think that's my lineup. So what you guys could do, give me your lineup. All right, give me your lineup for Nigeria and also for Morocco as well. Thanks Ola David for the subscription. All right, so drop your comments, people. I know that that's a long one, but remember these are stats that I'm collecting, so I wanted to make sure I put them out before I've answered any questions. All right, so guys, go ahead, let me know your thoughts. In the comment section. I'm gonna do 5 more extra minutes, so drop your comments them what you think about my lineup, the problems that I've seen in the Nigeria team, and how I've approached the solution. All right, yes. A lot of people told me that I should be the coach. So maybe people like it already. All right, so we have Sayan Boy in the house. Massive respect, thanks for being here. All right, the art gallery, NG, thanks for being here as well. All right, so I know it's Friday. I know a lot of people busy. All right, so what we're gonna do, as what we said, we do 5 more minutes, and then you drop your comments there, and then you have to pick it up in the comment section. All right, this one was never slated to be 2 hours. It was always maximum an hour. All right, so half an hour to an hour, and we have done the half an hour under that. We have covered all the T's for Nigeria. For Morocco, it is pretty much, they're going to try and be as technical as possible, play in the deeper areas, draw them in, and try to break through those lines and try to exploit the system that maybe the coach would prefer, because it looks like the coach prefer this one rather than the other. We have Patrick Cameron in the house. Big up yourself, Patrick Cameron. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, yeah. All right, so people, all right, that should, I know I said 5 more minutes, but I've given you 2 minutes since the 5 minutes, all right, and we have not seen the comments them in. We saw Africans pass through. Big up yourself, thanks for being here. So guys, we have done our breakdown, early breakdown. Tomorrow we will start 1 hour before the time, and we will continue off this. All right, so thanks for all the people that subscribe, like the video, share, and also be a part of the video. It's a massive respect. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye bye.